That's what I don't understand. Like, yeah,
Okay,
you can get the content for free, like from that website. You can also get it for free on Twitch if you use certain things,
it's not a bad
and
argument.
it's just
It's not a bad argument. I think it's a pretty good argument.
like
Uh,
at the end of the day, the only thing that you get for like say subscribing on Twitch is the emotes, which again are mainly to seek attention, right?
so yeah,
Because
I got you,
if
bro.
you're trying to have conversations
I
in
got you. I
chat,
got you. I got you.
emotes realistically don't add that much to actual conversations. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Bro, I just talked about the ad thing, guys. Like, come on.
okay, so okay, no, it's fine. Like I said, these are topics I've thought about before, and I've broken down in my head, right? I've been a sub to some people on Twitch for years. Even before I streamed, I had a bunch of subs, right? And I'll give you the nature of that. I think in order, right? Um, One, emotes are pretty dank. I think emotes are pretty chill. Two, no ads is pretty chill. Three, badge next to name. I think that there's a I don't know from where it comes from. I think there's a human component in us that likes any little small thing, little tokens, little charms, right? So like if I was on Discord, I'm talking to somebody, if I can have my name in a different in a color, it's like kind of unique or cool, right? I like that. If I can have
Okay,
little badges,
hold on. So your argument was people were paying too much for pixels, and now you're arguing about a 16 pixel by 16 pixel fucking PNG that you pay like $5 a month for 6 months to update, dude. What the fuck are you saying?
damn, got him. Yeah, like I said, you finish now?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. So, is there any way that you could possibly get that for free, unless you hack somebody? You can't, right? A lot of this content, if not all of it, you can get ripoffs. Quite literally, the content, it's paywalled. This content, overall, isn't paywall unless you want to sub, right? You can't get a sub badge for free, can you? You can't.
I mean, right click, save as image.
Yeah. Okay. When you type in chat, you don't have it. Like you're talking about. So now, in my opinion, this is like the classic NFT argument type shit, right? Where like you're playing a game of CS:GO and you with your friends or you with randoms, and you're like, "Yo, look at my skin! It's fucking bonkers," and it is bonkers, right? And the guy says, "Oh, but dude, I right clicked and I saved it." Okay, that's cool. The only reason why it's cool is that you had it and you're using it in game, and it's a fun interaction. It makes me feel fulfilled for whatever reason, right? And it's a fun thing that I think humans partake in. They want to have something cool and desirable that they have and they want to show off, right? Whether you have it on your computer, I don't give a fuck. If it's in game, you don't. So why make the point? It's people in socially, we look for you look for that. We look for validation. We want to be validated as people. So we do social, right?
Yeah.
Social life is a wave. We want to be part of that wave, right? And these small things, they're kind of part of it. Even if it's online, it's kind of part of it. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is kind of how it is. So they'll pay part pay for the because they want to have a badge next to their name, and it's kind of cool to see it grow big, go bigger, and get some recognition, right? So, wait, so this
Finish your.
okay. So these are the reasons why people would sub. See that?
Okay, yeah, so then I made another list, and then like, actually, never mind. So you're saying that like subbing gives you all of that shit, and then it's degen to sub to the other site,
Yeah.
because there's like false promises or whatever, right? Like you're not actually like talking to the creator. You can like get that shit for free wherever, like whatever the
Yes, that's what I'm
fuck.
saying. That's what I'm saying, yeah.
Okay, but then like bring up the fact that like 60% of the donos like are just ignored.
Exactly, because I don't give a fuck
And,
about
and,
them.
and it's the same shit. Like, but do you not see how both are degen in the exact same
So-
way, where there's false promises
So-
to both, right?
So there's nothing that, in my opinion, there isn't much for me to pull that, and there isn't an ecosystem that I'm doing to if anything, you kind of prove my point. I ignore them because the reality is I don't give a fuck about them, and they know that. They know for a fact there's a high chance, if not fully sure, that I do not personally actually give a fuck, right? And I make that very clear because I'm not your friend, I'm not your personal anything, right? And I don't maybe even give you a promise that we're friends and we're close. We just aren't. So whenever you're donating, you can do it. Whether you think it supports the stream or whatever you think you'll get chat attention, make a joke. There are better things, but I don't think anybody bases themselves in thinking that they donate. It's for this illusion that we're friends and we're gonna do something. It's not. It is the farthest thing from intimacy compared to flirting. Flirting and being intimate and sexual is the most intimate thing you can do to somebody, right? That's as distant as it gets to that behavior. That's where the nuance
Yeah,
comes in.
but like at the end of the day, what's like the difference between being like intimately parasocial and non-intimately parasocial? Both are, in my opinion, both are bad enough to the point that you can't argue there's a big enough difference between the two. I think both are bad. Like whenever someone is like parasocial to a streamer on Twitch, and whenever someone's parasocial to the person they're like talking to or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I think also there's maybe there's a possible disconnect on what you think is parasocial. I think parasocial is a completely different thing from what my understanding.